$80 once, and Washington never charges you at a national park gate again for life. That's one of 7 travel costs the government quietly covers for travelers our age. And in 2026, they're worth more than ever. Not a scam, not a catch, everyone already funded. And almost nobody over 60 ever claims a single one. Today you get all 7, plus the exact words that unlock each. Number 3 replaces an expensive card with a $30 one. And number 1 is the $80 card that pays you back the rest of your life. I'm Ron Bennett, and after a lifetime working in and around airports, I watched people our age hand back money the government had already set aside for them. The programs were never hidden. Washington just waits to see whether you know the words to ask. So we start at the airport with the one almost nobody books. Number 7, the specialist who meets you before the security line even starts. The airline counter will never mention this one. The Transportation Security Administration runs a free service called TSA Cares, and it's bigger than most travelers our age realize. Call them at least 72 hours before your flight, and a trained passenger support specialist meets you right at the checkpoint at your departure airport. They walk you through screening, handle the medical devices, and stay with you until you're cleared and moving toward your gate. Now the part the short version never tells you. This is not just for wheelchairs and walkers. TSA Cares covers the conditions nobody can see. A pacemaker or an insulin pump that shouldn't go through the body scanner. Hearing loss that makes shouted instructions useless. Memory trouble, deep anxiety, an oxygen tank, and ostomy. You never have to name a diagnosis. You describe what you need, and they build the help around it. You can even request that same specialist for whoever is traveling with you. Picture a traveler flying alone for the first time since heart surgery, dreading that crowded checkpoint at a busy airport. One phone call and someone is already waiting by the scanner. Tell them, "I'd like to set up TSA Care support for my flight." Then give your date, your time, and any device you carry. That one clears you before the line. The next one clears your whole vehicle the moment you reach the gate of a national park. Number 6, the handful of days the entrance booths simply switch off. The National Park Service won't put this on a road sign. On a small set of days each year, every fee-charging park in the country drops its entrance fee to 0. A park that normally charges $35 a vehicle lets your whole car roll straight through for nothing. The detail the short version skips is that there are 8 fee-free dates in 2026, and they land on days with meaning. President's Day in February, Memorial Day in May, Flag Day in June, all 3 days of Independence Day weekend in July, the 110th birthday of the National Park Service in late August, Constitution Day in September, Theodore Roosevelt's birthday in October, and Veterans Day in November. One change worth knowing before you drive out. Starting in 2026, these free days are for U.S. citizens and residents only, so keep proof you live here in the glove box. But there's a catch nobody warns you about. Free at the booth does not mean open at the gate. The most popular parks, places like Arches and Glacier, run timed entry reservations in peak season, and those still apply on a fee-free day. A free day can quietly become the most crowded day of the year. For those of us who can travel midweek, a quiet Tuesday is worth more than a free Saturday. That one erases a single day's entry. The next one refunds part of every local ride you take once you land in the city. Number 5, the half-price fare that federal law already promised you. Almost no rider knows this rule exists. Any transit system that takes federal dollars, and nearly every city bus, subway, and light rail does, is required by law to to charge riders 65 and older no more than half the regular fare during off-peak hours. The agency can't quietly drop it the way it drops a seasonal promotion. Federal transit law put it on the books decades ago, and it's held ever since. The part worth more than the discount is getting the card in the first place. In most cities, the half fare isn't automatic. You need a reduced fare card the agency issues, and the quiet bonus is that you often qualify with a Medicare card even before you turn 65. Bring a passport photo and proof of age to the transit office, and many systems print the card the same day. Some cities load it onto a tap card, so the reader simply charges you half every time you board a bus. Think about a week in a new city, riding the subway and bus to every site on your list. Pay full fare on every tap, and you've handed back double what the law says you owe. Ask once at the fare window, "I'm over 65, I'd like the reduced senior fare," and a week of getting around quietly costs half. That one halves the local rides. The next one is sitting in your own state, and it's probably the one you've overlooked the longest. Number 4. The Pass Your Own State Parks Department is quietly hoping you forget. This one surprises people every time. Nearly every state runs its own senior pass for its own state parks, completely separate from anything federal. Many states hand residents 62 or 65 and older free or nearly free day use, then cut the camping fee on top of it. The detail that changes the math is how far it can go. In some states, this isn't a small courtesy. It's the entire day use fee gone, for a one-time cost smaller than a tank of gas. A few states tie eligibility to the year you were born and just give the pass to anyone past a certain age. Some sell a lifetime version you buy once and never renew. And the bonus almost nobody chases. Several states honor a neighboring state's senior rate, so the pass can follow you across the line. The one catch is that the age cutoffs and prices are set state by state. So the single thing to do is pull up your own state park's website and read its current senior deal. The best trips at our age are often the 2-hour drive to a state park trailhead you've passed 100 times. This is the benefit that makes those close to free. That one's your home state paying you back. The next one is a travel document most of us badly overpay for, and it hides a second use almost no clerk will mention. Quick question before the last 3, because these are the big ones. How many of these 7 did you already know about? Drop your number in the comments. I read them. And if this is already saving you money, subscribe, because number 1 is the single card I wish every traveler our age kept in the glove box. Number 3, the $30 card that does the expensive book's job and one thing more. The clerk at the passport counter will not steer you here. For travel by land or by sea to Canada, Mexico, the Caribbean, and Bermuda, you do not need the full passport book. The passport card does the same job at those border and cruise crossings, and it costs a fraction of the book. The book is built for flying overseas. The card is built for the trips most of us actually take. The drive up to Niagara Falls, the cruise leaving out of a Florida port. Now the part the short version never mentions, and it's the best feature of the whole card. That same passport card is federally accepted photo ID for domestic flights. It meets the Real ID standard. So if you've been dreading a trip to the license office to upgrade your driver's license, the passport card quietly solves that too, and it slips right into your wallet like a credit card. And the price gap is real. A first-time passport book runs $165 once everything is added. The card is $30 to renew, or about $65 the first time. Same border crossings, a fraction of the cost. Two travelers planning a Caribbean cruise assume they each need the pricey book and pay for two. The card would have covered the whole cruise for a small share of that. Just say at the counter, "I'd like to apply for the passport card, not the book," and confirm it isn't valid for overseas flights before you rely on it. Apply early because processing runs for weeks. That one keeps real money in your pocket at the border. The next one trims every long rail ticket you buy, if you know to ask for it. Number 2, the rail discount the ticket window will never offer first. This is a discount that's completely real and completely silent. Amtrak takes 10% off most rail fares for travelers 65 and older. 10% on a way of traveling our generation genuinely loves: a wide seat, room to stand and walk, the countryside sliding past the window instead of a cramped middle seat at 30,000 feet. But it is not the price the website shows you first. You have to pick the senior fare yourself when you book online, or say your age out loud at the station counter, or it never applies. And one thing deepens it. On the cross-border trains into Canada, the senior fare can run differently, so it pays to ask every time. One more, the counter won't volunteer. The senior discount doesn't always stack on the deep advanced purchase saver fares, so price both and take whichever lands lower. Picture booking a long route up the coast on an Amtrak platform, shaving 1/10 off every leg just by choosing the right fare. Tell them, "I'm booking the senior fare, I'm over 65. That one shaves every ticket. And now the one I built this whole video around. Number 1, the $80 card the government honors for the rest of your life. Stay with me because this is the reason I made the video. It's called the America the Beautiful Lifetime Senior Pass. Anyone 62 or older buys it one time, and it covers entrance and day use fees at more than 2,000 federal sites, national parks, monuments, forests, and wildlife refuges for the rest of your life. One card, one payment. Never renewed, never billed again. Now, everything the short version leaves out, and it's a lot. That pass doesn't only cover the famous parks everyone pictures. It covers Forest Service land, Bureau of Land Management trails, and Bureau of Reclamation sites too. Thousands of places most pass holders never realize are included. At a per-vehicle gate, it waves in everyone in your car. It also cuts your fee in half at many federal campgrounds and boat launches, so it keeps paying you long after the entrance booth. And if $80 gives you pause, there's a $20 annual version, and every $20 annual pass you buy counts as a credit toward the lifetime one. Buy 4 of them over the years, hand them in, and the lifetime pass costs you nothing more. One move that saves you money on the spot: buy the pass in person at a federal recreation site for exactly $80. Because ordering it online tacks on a processing fee of around $10. Do the plain math. A single park can charge $35 a vehicle just to drive in. 2 or 3 trips, and the card has already paid for itself. After that, the government simply stops charging you at the gate everywhere for the rest of your life. For those of us with the time to finally see this country, it's the best $80 in all of travel. Keep it in the glove box, have your proof of age ready, and ask for it by name: the America the Beautiful Lifetime Senior Pass. After years of watching travelers our age pay for things the government had already covered, I can tell you the money was never really hidden. Washington just waits quietly to see if you know to ask. But asking only saves you on the ground. There's a whole second list of quiet perks the airlines themselves hand travelers our age the moment we board, and the gate agent will never breathe a word about them. That's the next video, and it's already waiting for you right beside this one. If this one earned its keep, subscribe and stay with me because there's plenty more like it on the way. Everyone built to put money back where it belongs, in your pocket. I'm Ron Bennett. Go claim what's yours. You've more than earned it.